No doubt, you've seen a stack of Mogo footage. Alright, we are at YouTube's most popular venue at the moment. Mogo. Look, it's new, it's expensive, it comes with a great reputation. It's time to see if it delivers. You've seen big dogs and flying mullets get their Moflow on. And yes, the trails are as good as what everyone is saying.
Phew! How good was that?
Pretty good.
Pretty sketchy.
Good.
But if you're thinking about a trip to Mogo, there's more to consider than just ribbons of dirt. Where's best to park? What are the lunch options? There's local logistics to consider, I know that. And what bike to take, if you're lucky enough to have a choice. I'm more interested to know if you're going to travel 4-5 hours from Sydney, Mogo or Narooma. We'll answer that today. But every great ride day needs to start with a coffee, for which I headed straight to the Caravan on Tompkins Street. If you need the full Breaky, you can't go past Grumpy's, right on the main drag, opposite the servo. There's more cafes coming to Mogo, but Mogo is growing. It's what buck trails do to a town. Alright, you've had your coffee. Where are we parking? For starters, Mogo Township is quite small, but Mogo MtB is big, and it's getting bigger. 70 kilometres of trail now, and there'll be 170 kilometres open in 2025, but in late October. Let's stick to what's available now, and that is 81 trails covering those 70 kilometres according to Trail Forks. That's more than most riders can do in 2 days. Never mind sessioning a few of the gravity trails, because they are worth sessioning. Hiya! This is the Blind Spot, a 1.1 kilometre minus 9% black trail. Oh, black trail that wasn't just fun, but really kept you on your toes. It's not that there's awkwardly placed rocks. They seem to be deliberately placed just to really... not to trip you up, man, just to keep you on your toes. It meant that, especially on your first run down, I just couldn't trust what was around the corner, and, well, it's kind of what you have to expect from a black trail, right? So I'm obviously not setting any great lap times here. I'm not clearing the doubles at all, but like I say, this trail really keeps you on your toes. It certainly would benefit from sessioning it and getting to know it that little bit more and attacking it fresh. Well, really not fresh in this lap. You want a session blind spot, dial it in, get to know it really well. For each lap, there's a 2 kilometre climb to make that session happen. A lot of riding in Mogo. There's a lot of riding.
Oh man. Oh dang.
How good was that? That's sick, eh?
I've never seen so many more deliberately placed awful rocks.
Yeah, just at the end there, they're like poking out, just all over the place. I'm like, what?
All the way through.
All over the place, but...
So that was the Blind Spot, one of 6 trails descending from the Trig trailhead, where I recommend you park. Either because you're wanting to spend a full day on trail keeping your car, the cold drinks, the chairs, lunch with you in a kind of centralised location, or if you're only interested in the gravity stuff, then Trig Trailhead is my recommendation of where to park. I'll come back to Trig Trailhead, but on day 1, I parked in town, rolling straight from coffee to the trailhead. This meant we started with a series of climbing trails.
Isn't that the down?
The Mogo, black duck, thunder, and then storm, which together get you to Dog Trap Fire Road.
Thunder! Easy climb. An easy climb sounds good to me at the moment. Second day of a road trip. Just waiting for the legs and body to wake up fully.
If you park down at the zoo, you'd have to do the 2-kilometre climb up Gincana, but that delivers you to the same spot on Dog Trap Road. From Dog Trap Road, I recommend the surprise hit of Moflow. 1 kilometres of tight, blue, windy dirt thrills. A super fun blue. On board the drone of bikes and likes, continuing down Moflow.
Gotta thread the needle through these rocks, bloody hell. Sniper rocks.
Gotta say, loving these FR 541s.
On this tight stuff, I just feel like I've got more control. The bike just rails where I want it to. The stiffer wheels, you can actually notice them. I bought them for strength, but I'm pleasantly surprised by performance.
Thank you to Rail for looking after me with these. Link in the description if you want to make inquiries for yourself.
How bloody good is that trail?
I think that's the best view.
I was just about to say, that might have been my favourite run of the day, that run then. Just following you so close. That was so good.
Didn't nail every section, but there was a few where it just felt sweet.
Yeah.
From the junction at the bottom of Moflow, you either have to climb back to Dog Trap Road up Lowbrow and Highbrow, or up to the Trig trailhead up DeJa Vu.
This is the soundtrack of Mogo. Deep, laboured breathing. It's certainly, without an e-bike, a limiting factor.
2 kilometres of well-designed, well-built climbing trail, but still a climb. There's no avoiding it.
Thinking about an e-bike, why? Because they're comfortable and sitting down. You've probably had 2 beers while you're waiting. This is the best ad for an e-bike I've ever seen.
Alright, Halloween or not, my beautiful Norco pumpkin at Mogo. I feel like I've brought a knife to a gunfight. Because Mogo, this analogue Amish piece of beauty, it doesn't cut it. It just doesn't cut it.
Well, let's go. Alright, Narcissist. Starting the day on a black, because, well, what could be more sensible than that?
The pumpkin nor its owner are climbing specialists, but I do love steep, loose, techie downhills.
Oh yeah, that needed to go faster.
And therein lies the strength of Mogo. There really is something for everybody here. If you're a cross-country juggernaut, good on you. There's more than you can handle here. There's jump lines bigger than I ever want to attempt, and there's the steep techie stuff as well. There is something for everybody at Mogo. This is Narcissist. Just steep ass loose goodness. Loved it.
Dang! Oh, Hey, Zeus! Oh yeah!
As usual, GoPro does that trail no justice whatsoever. That middle section is a few hundred metres of minus 20%, and why this trail is double luck. It's not just the steepness, it's the amount of rocks. You really don't get to pick your line, you just take what's remaining. I'm glad to have these Michelins on this steep stuff. What makes it down must slog back up, back to the Trig trailhead. So in a clockwise direction from this trailhead, we have Poachers right, the Narcissist, Blind Spot, and then M16, the green flying Mullet, a fire road of sorts. Mogo gods, please turn this into a shuttle road, please. Alright, flying Mullet. If you're parking and starting at Trig Trailhead, which I recommend you do because of its central location, Flying Mullet is a fantastic warm-up trail, a fantastic place to start any day at Mogo. Look, it's a green, windy descender. The first few berms are, for some reason, a bit awkward, but once you get through those, it sorts itself out and it is everything you'd hope for from a fast, flowy, green descender. Here's just a taste, and then we'll make our way over to Big Dog's Bone.
Huh. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice.
That's an awesome trail.
You get some value for that climb too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was longer than I was expecting.
Way longer.
Yeah.
I was puffed after that as the climb. Yeah, no? Nice.
Good one.
Okay. Poachers right.
Okay, heading over to the already famous Big Dog's Bone. We're heading down Poachers right, veering left on the half-bake. Easily the funnest way over to Big Dog's Bone, but in its own right, is a short, fun trail without too much of a climb to get back to the Trig trailhead.
Yep.
Recommend it.
Yeah. Yep, half-baked.
In front of me is Nick from the soon-to-be-opened new bike shop in Mogo. So if you don't have an e-bike, subscribe for more details on where and how to best rent e-bikes for Mogo.
Nice.
Having an e-bike is how you will make the most of your day or days at Mogo. It's e-bike territory.
Hoo-yah! You like that? Yeah. Right, Big Dog's Bone. Find your mirror.
I'd like to say I'm following Ryan down Big Dog's Bone, but he left me for dead pretty quick. This sort of jump trail is really not in my comfort zone, but for many it is one of the highlights of Mogo, and there's a surprise at the end. Check out what's coming.
Nelly. Hoo-yah! You good? What happened, Ryan?
Yeah, on the right side behind the stump.
Yep.
And I thought, I haven't been kicked for a while, I'll just go off the stick bit. Oh, a bit of height off that one. So I just did floated over, landed on the nose.
Oh, better get out of the way.
Didn't go over, but when I landed, I just bounced off the bike and just went.
Ah,
So, all good.
to getting away with it. Not everyone's done that this weekend.
We rolled through the final sections of Big Dog's Bone and then spoke with Jake the Digger Dude. What he's building is a direct continuation of Dog's, to be called Flying Rabbit. Its first jumps will be as big as Dog's final jumps, and Rabbit will get bigger from there. For grounded folk like me, a flying rabbit sounds terrifying. But if you can jump...
Oh, it's just a harmless little bunny, isn't it?
Either way, sounds like it could rival Narooma's Goodbye Gravity. Sick! It is early days for Mogo. We found 2 more sick-looking trails close to completion. Mogo is big and it's going to be huge. This is not a one-weekend venue. In a day and a half at Mogo, I didn't get near the dam loop. Great looking black and blue runs, and this is where I will start my next visit, parking at the Botanic Gardens. That's 4 great parking options, each with pros and cons, but as I've said, the Trig head is a persuasive start point. So what's better, Narooma or Mogo? For starters, it's not a fair comparison. They're very different venues. If you need shuttles, if you're only chasing gravity trails, Narooma has it. Narooma is still the best gravity park I've ever ridden, full stop. It's better than Boomers, Threadbow, or indeed Stromlo, though I have not ridden Green Valleys. If you have an e-bike, the disadvantages of Mogo, in that it's hilly and spread out, diminish greatly.
You probably had 2 beers while you're waiting.
If you want to pedal, if you want to explore and enjoy a massive variety of trails, Mogo is already a better venue than anything else going, and there's heaps more trails coming to Mogo. In short, 2 venues this good within 40 minutes of each other demands a road trip. If you're half serious about mountain biking, organise this road trip now. You're wondering what to do with the kids over Christmas, or you shred away with your mates. Organise this road trip now. You will not be disappointed. For a direct comparison with Narooma, watch this video next. Die young, late. Like and subscribe as your thank you for this video and good karma on the trails.